Tubecast 2016 version. Well, episode. What is it? What episode is
Did
this?
you just fucking say Tubecast 2016 like it's the first one?
Yeah, and then after I
No,
said
it's
that, I
not the
was like,
first
wait,
one.
It's
It's not the first one. It's number 4.
Yeah, okay. Well, number 4 overall, number 2 of 2016.
It's the last one was like what, February, late February, probably no, the beginning of February actually.
It was
I
a
went to
while
go and
ago.
check the 1st of February. God.
What I love is that Tubecasts are really fun. You just lay back, you just talk. You just talk about what you want to mention.
But like with our Tubecast, it's just basically what it started out with is just like, oh look, here's what I'm doing. Oh, that's cool. Here's what I'm doing. Then it just progressively went on. But this one's just gonna be really, really on the nails here, cause holy crap. I fucking talked to you about this like ages ago, but it's the drama that is just on YouTube. All right.
And getting worse.
Oh my god, drama is just getting so fucking bad on YouTube. So much that the word drama, when you search it up, is like probably the #1 search. Fucking,
Let me see.
Fucking.
Okay, drama. Yes, YouTube drama. Jesus. I typed in drama on Google and YouTube popped up.
No, but like it's just like the whole thing about, it's like what was it? Something about KSI and PewDiePie and then Markiplier. They're all like, oh, YouTube's changed, and then KSI is like, stop talking about this because you just want to get more views saying YouTube's changed.
And then there's Grade A Under A who's talking about it too.
Grade, I think. Well, Grade's been preaching that shit for ages. Well, not ages. Yeah. He's grown fast. Grade A grown fast. Like seriously. Last time when I first found out about him, it was like early in the last semester or something. No. I found him early into this semester. Like way early into the semester, like in January, and he was under 1 million. Now he's like about 1.5 million, I think. I don't know. He's getting up there. Yeah. But he just goes off and just rants about other shit. But then there's people like Keemstar who actually live for the drama on YouTube because that's his whole MO.
Yeah.
Like if there's no drama, he has no drama alert. He has nothing. So he just doesn't say anything.
Even PewDiePie has a video titled YouTube Drama.
Everybody has a fucking video type YouTube drama. This is probably going to say drama and featuring somebody. I don't know. It's just like just go ahead. Yeah, it's going to be a clickbait fucking thumbnail. I think it's definitely going to be a clickbait thumbnail. I already showed it to you what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
Oh my god. But let me get on track about something big, which I don't understand why it isn't that big. It's huge. And it's the fucking creatures, all right?
The creatures.
The creatures, all right? I don't know where to begin. It is just absolutely appalling to me how this whole thing is just going down. Like, I need to just lay out a timeline here. Like, in 2012, 2011 or something like that, they started this whole little creature business in a house, and it just kept going. Some people left, some people stayed, and then over time, the content kept coming out. It's like, oh, this is good, but people kept leaving for no reasons. Like, they're just like, I just couldn't, stand the whole, what's it called, environment. And I'm just like, well, okay, I guess, working in an environment that goes crazy. Like, you've seen their videos. It's mostly sometimes prank videos, sometimes one-offs, doing all this other stuff. So it's like, I can understand that environment would get pretty hectic and you just wouldn't want to deal with it. But then there are more people who left, like Sly left. Like, Sly was, a big one. He was the first one to leave. And it was just kind of like, wow, what's going on here? And then, like, last year, like, at the end of the year last year, Seamus, SSOHPKC, he left. But I thought that was... I figured that was just for his health. Just because he had a lot of health issues and he didn't want to put that on the group.
Mm-hmm.
But then Dexter Manning, he left. But his was more interesting. His was a lot more interesting to me because it just kind of... It to me, at first, it came out of nowhere. Like, what's going on here? Why did he leave? I guess his visa ran out or something like that, and he's just heading out.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since then, the content has just gotten a little bit more suspicious. Like, what's going on here? And then, like, not, like, earlier this month, like literally in the beginning of the month, they're like, oh, we partnered with Let's Play. Like, oh, that's huge. And people hated that. And I'm just like, oh, but it's a bold business move. I like it. It's great. The content won't change whatsoever. Like, I know the content's been going crazy, but, you know, it's not gonna change. And you know what? It did. It you know, like, Uber Nova and Immortal HD, they started a channel called Couch Hop. You heard about Couch Hop?
I haven't yet.
Couch Hop is basically, they started off with like their duo streams, like when they were still in the Creatures, they had this whole what's it called, duo streams. Like they just went on Twitch and they streamed, like they had really funny and really interesting streams, and they just did some shit stuff together. It was awesome. Like they were basically drinking piss is what he said, and I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much it. And it was great because like at the time you just didn't know what to expect, and now with this it's like I don't know what I'm expecting, because they started off this channel and like the first couple videos were like you know, a success story. I'm like, okay. And then the next one was he planted like a fake bomb in a park and they were trying to defuse it. I'm like, this is getting too hectic. And then like another video just kept getting age gate. I'm like, okay, this is completely separate from what they do on the hub. And I'm thinking, well, are they still a part of the Creatures? Like everyone's still kind of questioning, like, are they still part of the Creatures? And finally, all right, I was complaining about it this week, like, what is going on, and when am I going to receive something? And then finally, they're like, we're going to be streaming a Q&A on Couch Hop. Like, they're just going on Twitch. Had 20,000 people. They had 20,000 people watching that Q&A where they just sat there and they talked.
Jesus.
And they went and said, we are no longer part of the Creatures. I'm like, okay, so why are they no longer part of the Creatures? And it's the same thing that Dex said. Like, he put out a video about why he left the Creatures. And because he wasn't receiving the recognition he deserved, because like when you're a part of the Creatures, you get it depends on like what your status is in the Creatures. Like if you're an intern or an employee, you don't get like a big introduction. But Dex got a big introduction because he was inducted into the Creatures. Same with Kevin, I forget his Golden Blackhawk. Like he was there for just a short amount of time, but he still got an introduction. But he didn't get like a formal leave video. He left because it was hectic. Yeah. But Dex just kept going on about how it wasn't exactly fair because he had a lot of ideas and he wanted to help, but he just couldn't do it because nothing was getting greenlighted. Like he wanted to say like, oh, this would be great for the hub, but then you know the way they do their management at the hub is terrible because they're just like, I don't think we want to do that. And I'm thinking, well, that's the shittiest thing that you can fucking do. Because there's a reason why it's called the hub. Like, you know what the definition of hub is, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, like, where everything is. Like, it's just where everything is. I just hit the mic. But, like, it's...
It's the Central Park.
Yeah, it's the Central Park. And when you're saying, no, we can't have that there, that's just saying, why are you calling it the Creature Hub? Why are you even calling it a hub? Just call it the Creatures. And like, they went on about that. Like, they went on about that on the Q&A. They were like in the Q&A they were talking like, you know, they had all these ideas and nothing was getting through, and they just didn't think that it would fit given like the age demographic that comes from the Creatures too. Like it is a lot of people are young. It's awful. Not awful, but you know, people can like what they like. Yeah. But like the whole drama that's been going on with the Creatures, like no one, like the thing is all this stuff has been going on, and the only time they've ever talked about it was when people left. Like when Dex left, he went out and talked about it. When Nova and Immortal left, they talked about it like it was no problem. But the Creatures, they refuse to talk about it. They refuse to say anything about what's going on, and that's what's hurting them. When you go on their videos, like go and click on like one of their most recent videos and just look at the dislike and like ratio. It is awful. It is physically visible.
Let's see. First video. Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And it's just because they refuse to talk about it. And management there is so bad because, like, when you're running this little entertainment business, you want to get as much as you want out there. But when you're telling people, no, we don't want to put this out there, that's just holding them back. Like, that's just making your life a living shit. Because when you want to do something, you go ahead and do it. Like, here's the thing, all right? Give me an idea of what you want to do on SloMoeshon.
Well, you mean in combination of both of us?
Just tell me what you want to put on SloMoeshon.
Well, definitely a lot more Let's Plays. I want to get out in that wraps fully.
No, we're not doing that. We're gonna put out a bunch of machinimas. We're just gonna stick to what I want to do, and what I think I want it to be. And that's what I believe the Creature Hub is doing at the moment. It's just they want to hold back to just one or two ideas. And the problem is, like, with the hub, they have, like, a high cancellation rate of everything. And I'm just looking at this like, it's kind of something that I want to aspire to be like, but I don't want to do their practices. Like, they had a fucking, god damn it. It's kind of something that I would like to do. Like, okay, I want to create this whole little business and run it out of an office building and just, have some fun with it. But when you put restrictions on the people that want to actually create stuff, it doesn't make it fun. And
The whole point of having a channel is that, and actually, well, okay, the whole point of having your channel is that you can put up your content. The whole point of having multiple people help you with your channel is you're bringing in someone else's creativity.
yeah,
You're not just trying to complement your own creativity. You're trying to bring on multiple different sides of the way of looking at something to one channel.
like, you're not just trying to create this big melting pot of, well, you want to create a melting pot. No, you don't want to create a melting pot. You don't want to mix you don't want to mix everything into one. You want to have everything on there be as like different as possible. It's like you can put gameplay on there, you can put in pranks, you can put in whatever the hell you want. But when you try to like fit it into a forte, it doesn't work. Like, it just kind of like, okay, I want to do this. It's like, no, don't do that. Like, it's kind of like it's kind of like me saying don't stream because, I don't stream. So,
Yeah.
whatever. Like, if you can do it, you can fucking do it and go ahead and put it on the channel. Like, that's the whole point. You got to put a bunch of content out there for people to enjoy. If people like something, then they can go ahead and put it on there. Like, if machinimas are doing better than, some other thing, but people still like watching both of them, you don't want to just say, oh, well, there's less popularity going to this one, let's not do this anymore. That's, no, it's like people, because then people are going to be like, no, bring this back, and they're like, no, we're not going to bring that back. Because, like, one of the things that I can say is that, like, with the creatures, they have a high cancellation rate, and I think I said this before, like, not too long ago, because I was just talking about it, but, like, they had a machinima, all right? They had a machinima idea called Trapville, and it looked like a very awesome thing. It was a Borderlands machinima with claptrap robots, and they were playing them, and it was all interesting. It's like, oh, that's good, and they only had like one episode, and it was like a pilot, and that was it. And like they showed off so much of like the stuff that they wanted to do with it, but it never got done. And people were like, oh, where's Trapville? It's like, oh, Trapville's not even a thing. And I'm just like, that's fucking terrible, because like you stick something out there for so long, and you're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. And I know what that feels like, because I've done that before. That's why I really want to do Just One Last Time, because I don't want to just toss something out there and be like, yeah, I'm not gonna do this.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get it done, and I want to actually do it. Now, the thing with like the difference with me and moving to Reach HD is just that it wasn't really working out, and I just didn't want to put the same thing out there that was already out there.
Yeah, it was pretty much just a remake. I mean, the remake was still pretty cool.
It was really good, but then there, it still maintained the whole copyrighted music thing. I didn't even want it to be copyrighted music, but it's still aspired. I gotten better at that. But like
Owl City here, Owl City there.
Owl City here, fucking Seether. But
you can see that through all of our videos in the past.
you can just look at that. But like, ever since, I don't want to blame Rooster Teeth on this. I don't want to blame it's kind of their fault, but it's not. I don't want to blame Dan and Jordan, who are running the hub, and I don't want to blame Rooster Teeth and Let's Play for this issue. But if it's been an ongoing thing since before Let's Play, then they have something going wrong there. And if they're not listening to their fans, like if people are asking like, "Hey, we want to see this," and they're not responding to them, like that's just making them feel like what am I even doing here?
Yeah, what's the point in me trying to get involved in their channel?
Right. It's just, if it's like, hey guys, welcome to the hub, and it's like, okay, well, what's going on in the hub? It's like, oh, I'm doing some stupid shit. That's great. You haven't had a creature talk in a while. What's going on there? It's like, oh, well, whatever. I just kept going on about it, but like it's a shame, and I'm glad that Nova and Alex have started to do this whole cow chop thing. Like, if it's something that they really want to do, because I watch them do it and they seem really happy with what they're doing. Like, I've never
Yeah.
seen them so fucking revitalized and like, oh, like everything that they want to do, they're doing it, and it's great because it's something that they want to do, and they're putting all of their might into it, and they're just enjoying it. They're having fun. That's great. That's what I like to see. I don't want to go into a place that is like, oh, you got to put out this as much content, whatever. Go ahead and do it. Well, meanwhile, I'm going to go have fun off camera. It's like, well, what the? It's like, as soon as the camera turns on, they're completely different people.
Yeah.
And I've experienced that at RTX. I went to RTX and I met them. And like the only people that I believe were the same, like the same that I think I saw them off camera, and it was Dex. Dex is kind of the same on social media, on camera, and in person. He has the
That's
same.
a good thing.
He has the same personality. He wants to be with everybody. He's like, oh, this is he. I don't want to say he thrives for attention, but he makes people feel comfortable. He makes them feel like they're one of them. Like he was playing. He played Smash with them at RTX. Like he was playing with them on at the fucking booth. I'm like, that's great. No one else was doing it. They were just selling merch. Probably because that's what they wanted to do. But well, they had to sell merch because their line was so fucking long. They had a small booth for what they had.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like when you're a creature, you should be able to be called a creature, not just have these 4 people up here saying, "Hey, we're the creatures." I don't know. I just see the creatures becoming a massive downfall. Just nothing.
You see them crashing?
Like I see them crashing. Like it's been going on for like 6 years or 6 or 7 years. That's how long that group has been together, and it's. It's 6 or 7 years ish. It's been long, and sometimes when you try to change it into this kind of content like multiple different times, people don't like change. People don't like change at all. Like everything is just when you see like, I don't know, like when you see the GUI change on YouTube, it's like, oh my god, they changed the format of the videos. I don't know how I'm gonna get used to this, and it's just you've eventually gotten used to it.
As long as they don't get rid of features, it's
right.
fine.
And as long as they don't get rid of features, right. But with the creatures, since, they're downsized, apparently, because, like, everything has been cut in half with the creatures. Like, the people that are in Couch Shop are, like, half of the creatures. Literally half.
You know how you said everything was cut in half?
Yeah.
Same with their like and dislike bar. It's I just did the math on the PAX East Adventures, the hub week of April 29th.
They're like most recent video.
22 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
That video has currently, as of this exact second, it has 41% of them, or 41% of all the different likes are dislikes. 41%.
So it's a 41-59 thing going on.
Yeah.
So 59% of the people are actually engaged in liking the hub.
Yes.
That's pretty sad.
That's not good.
That is not good.
Like, that's when you know something you're doing is wrong.
But there's, like, no video about it. Like, when there's something going on about you, you have to address it. Like, Tubecast, all right?
He addressed it.
He addressed it with a 1-minute video, and people are like, that's good enough. But they're not doing anything about it. They're just fucking sitting there. They're letting it happen. And they have, like, they have, like, these little quips on Twitter where it's like, oh, I guess, shit happens. And I'm like, that's all you gotta say? Like, no, you have to say a little bit more than just, like, I didn't, expect this to happen, but things change, and, I expect them to have good luck. You have to put it out on things because not a lot of people follow you on Twitter, not a lot of people follow you on Facebook, and no one's gonna follow you on fucking Snapchat saying, okay, hey, this happened. Here it is. Like, you have to put it on the things that people are engaged on more. Like, when you're on YouTube and people watch you, you have to put something out there to let them know. Like, I know we now have, like, this strict thing about updates because our updates are usually just... It's the same thing over and over again. It's like, oh, Justin doesn't have enough time for this. I do, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing over and over again. So when something important happens where it's like, why isn't there content being made? Like, you have to address that. And when people in the comments are like, why isn't this being made? Why isn't this happening? Rest in peace, the hub. Like, when all this stuff is happening, they don't want to say anything about it. They just continue to put out content. It's shitty. And, like, I used to not like anything related to Rooster Teeth. Like, I did not, like, at all.
When was this?
This was, like, technically a month ago. Like, I didn't really like anything about it. But then I came across Funhouse, and I watched Funhouse, and I watched everything that they did, and I watched them respond to comments. Like,
See, that's something lacking in a lot of people.
They have almost 1 million subscribers, all right? And they still respond to comments physically in a video. When they read comments out loud to
China alone.
That's one of them. Yeah, I watched that. And one of them, they actually put like a heartfelt comment in there. Like someone left a heartfelt comment, and it's like, I watch you guys because I have panic attacks and you guys always make me feel good. And like they put that in there. That makes people invested. That makes people like you. That's like Jack's films when he puts like your grammar
sucks.
Your grammar sucks, and yesterday I asked you. Like when you invest your fans into what you want to do, then you're able to do something about it. But when you just leave them, in the dark about everything, and the only time when they're being addressed is when there's drama going on and people aren't even in the group anymore, you're shitting on yourselves.
I don't care if your sub count's 100 or 100 billion.
It doesn't give a fuck what it is. Like, even...
You should at least try.
Even fucking PewDiePie, who has like 25 million, or maybe 40-some million, I don't know what he fucking has anymore, he still addresses his fucking comments. He's saying, like, here's the comments I don't want to see in my video. Like, he knows that they are there, but no one addresses them.
He takes the time to read them.
The creatures don't, and it pisses me off because, like, you have this fan base, like, people like you gotta fucking talk about it. And it just makes me angry. God, man.
Because, like, even if you have so many comments you can't even come close to reading them all, at least trying will still make the people happy.
Yeah. But, like...
Because, even if you only read 10 comments out of the 5 million, you, like, on a video, you still try... You probably read through a lot more comments than that, and that's all you're putting in the video.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. It's just mind-boggling to me. It's just how when you forget who you are, right? When you want to focus yourself into a business, your business needs to be focused around something else, too. Like, you can't just say, oh, we're the creatures, we do this on YouTube. Well, if you do that on YouTube, you need to focus on what you're doing on YouTube and what people are liking. It's awful, where it's like, oh, people just don't have, like, that's, I saw something where it was, like, kitchen nightmares or something like that, and Gordon Ramsay was just, like, watching this shit go down, and the chef was like, people have, like, shit taste buds, it's not my fault, and I'm like, yes, it is your fucking food. If no one likes your food, and they're sending it back, it is not the people's taste buds, it is you. You have to fix something, man. Like, that is like the best analogy that I can ever come across with this, is that if people are sending back food, it is not them, it is you. Like, they want something and you give them something, and if it's shit and they bring it back to you, you better give them something better than just, nothing.
Yeah.
And just like, I go back and I watch the shit that they did like in 2013 and all of 2012, and they were fucking on top of the world. They were happy about it. And then they started kicking people out because they weren't doing enough work, or they just, like, people were doing a lot of work and they just couldn't handle it. It pisses me off where it's like, why focus so hard on getting work out when you should just focus on the content you're making?
Yeah.
God. It's so sick. I mean, it's a management issue. It's definitely a management issue. It's not the person itself, because, like, I've met Jordan, I met Dan, I met Nova and Alex, and they're really, really nice people. I don't want to shit on them as people, but I shit on their practices because it's just awful. It's terrifying, it's awful, it's just disgusting, and it's just... When you have all these social media accounts, and I understand that you're big, right? But then you have people that are bigger than you, like Stephen Amell, alright? Stephen Amell, fucking Arrow, has 2.5 million people on Facebook. He goes live, and he answers people's questions. Given his busy schedule, he is in a movie, he is in a show, and he still has time to answer.
Yeah, there's literally no excuse to never answer people who watch you.
Like fucking Jared...
They invest their time to watch the stuff you create, but you don't invest the time to read what they thought about it.
Like Jared Padalecki, he has like I don't want to say if he has a mental illness. I think he's just he's just emotionally drained sometimes. He has a lot of these things, and he still focuses on people because he loves what he does. And when people support him for it, it makes him feel great. He doesn't want to just go and say, thanks guys, and then just like leaves them there. He wants to appreciate them.
Yeah.
And the fans, when you appreciate your fans appreciate you back. And they get more invested. All right? It's not this thing where it's like, hey, if you like what I'm doing, continue watching it. I'm not going to respond to your shit, but, still, watch it. It's cool.
If you watch the creatures, you're the most important part of the creatures.
You're literally their revenue. You are their fucking revenue. When you go there and give them a view, you are giving them the ability to do more stuff. But when they go ahead and do more stuff and you don't really want it, you're not going to watch it. I'll be honest with you. I haven't watched the past 4 things that were uploaded on the hub. Because, one, I'm afraid to see that dislike bar. Because I was like the shit that was happening with the Fine Bros. With the Fine Bros. Like, what happened with them, like, with the like and dislike ratio. I was like, they're never going to come back from that. And I watched their recent video, and their like ratio is back. They've slowed down on unsubscribers because they realize, okay, we fucked up. But the creatures don't.
They retracted everything.
The creatures don't, man. They just don't. They just, like, keep going on with it. They need to address it. The only people that are addressing it right now are literally us and people on Tumblr and people who, like, are on Reddit, where it's like, what is going on here? Like, nothing is being answered.
Are they even caring that all these people are commenting on it?
I don't even think they give a shit. I don't think, because the only good person that really responded to everybody was Joe, who is now working with Couchshop. Because Nova hired him on, and he became the social media guy, like, what do they call him? What do they call that? The community director or something like that, where it's like,
there's so many titles for it.
Like, where they just they basically focus on the social media aspect, and they tweet out they tweet out the videos, they put it on Facebook and all that shit, and they address the fans. And he was perfect because he addressed every single one of them, and he would have like a daily tweet where it's like, you guys are perfect, like yeah, that's what we like. And then he's not on there anymore, and it's just, it's awful. It's gone. Like whatever you liked about it was gone. It just makes 2016 look like the worst fucking year in the world. Where it's like all these great things are just coming to an end.
Like all the amazing people dying.
Oh my god, like fucking Alan Rickman, fucking I keep forgetting who's all died. Like, it's just a lot of people have died. David Bowie.
Someone I just learned about, because I never knew who he was, is Prince.
Prince. Of course, Prince.
I didn't know who he was until he died, but still huge.
Prince was up there with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Like, you may not have liked his music, but he was still influential on so many people. And it's it's a shitty month. And it's not a shitty month, it's a shitty year. I believe, I have like this firm belief that people are dying. Like, God is just taking these good people because they know Trump is going to win or something.
It's because 2016 is written by Stephen Moffat.
Stephen Moffat, George R. Martin, and me. Oh no, and the guy who wrote Supernatural, Jeremy Carver. No, yeah. Yep. That's basically who wrote 2012. George R. R. Martin was writing for the Creatures, or writing the Creatures novel, or no, he was writing.
Oh
the
my
Creatures
god!
set. Huh?
I didn't realize this guy died.
Who?
Gary Shandling.
Gary Shandling. Yeah, I forgot about him.
I didn't even know he died.
Yeah, he was on the he passed away a couple months ago, I believe.
It was March.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's just awful. Everything about it is I just don't believe it.
My mind is blown.
Your mind is blown. It's at this point where it's like, I just don't give a shit anymore, where, like, I mean, I give a shit if people are dying, but like, it's all become so numb to me, Where it's like this is happening so often that it's just like whatever. With all these like even people that like I know in the school that are just like getting pregnant randomly, I'm like, I'm not even surprised. Like I'm not even surprised. Like it's you're getting to that age where you know this thing is just normally a thing.
You know, there's a few people that I really don't want to die.
Hmm.
Betty White.
Betty White? No. Oh, no. If she dies this year, I'm not gonna be happy. If she doesn't, like, there are people who are like the fucking Queen. The Queen is like 90 something, and she's still alive.
90, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and she's like fucking, she's still alive. She's still kicking, and people love her.
I don't want her to die. That was actually number 2 on my list. If I don't want to die, is Queen Elizabeth.
And people, like, especially now in politics, people that don't want to die, given that he doesn't really have that good of a standing with most people, but yet he's still great, is Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Like, he's an honest man. Like, people might not like most of his views. People might not like that he's a socialist, but he's still an honest person. And that's what you don't see in politics. But he's healthy. He's good. He can keep on going for as long as he wants. And people are like, oh, he's not going to last in office. But, like, no, he's healthy. I mean, look, he's like 77, yet the Queen is 90. And you're going to say 8 years is going to kill him?
Well, yeah, like how you're going for the whole 2 runs.
Well, I mean, like, that's the thing, because the longest thing that's been going on, like, Bush got 8. Obama got 8. I think it's just, you know, if people, like, oh, you know, we can give them more of a chance, then... Yeah, like, I don't know how many people have gotten 4-year terms only in the past years. Like, who was before Bush? Was it Clinton? I think it was Clinton. Clinton was...
Yeah, before Bush was Clinton, then before Clinton was Bush.
How many years did Clinton get?
He got 8 years.
And then the George W. Bush, or George Bush, like the...
About 8 years.
8 years. So 8, 8, 8, they all get 8. Because, like, when you have, like, this running stand, like, people know who you are when you're president. It's like, oh, I'm running for president again. You're like, oh, well, you know, I'll just vote for the same guy over and over again. Because, like, they know what's working. And when it comes down to, like, picking a new guy, everyone's just like, oh, no, I don't know what to do. I just don't know. You know what to do. It's like the same thing. Everything happens. It's either going to be Republican or it's going to be Democratic, and people are going to be shitty, people are going to be angry. Some people are not going to like us. Everyone's not going to like us. I don't even like us. I'm just looking at Canada. 2016 is a shitty year. Let's just agree with that. Except it's not a shitty year except for, you know, the things that are actually happening entertainment-wise, like fucking Flash and Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow, like all those shows.
Well, Doctor Who isn't even going to be in 2016 other than...
I heard that he's gotten a new companion.
Yeah, it's Bill.
What's your thought on that?
I can't wait to see how she's going to turn out.
You just hope that she doesn't shit on it, right?
I just really hope like I know a lot of people liked Donna.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like Donna.
I didn't like Donna. I didn't like Donna either.
I don't like how sassy she was.
I didn't like her in The Office, so like, I just don't like her. I just don't like her in general because she plays herself off as being like this really dumb person.
Yeah,
and like, you know, that's not really entertaining to me. Just,
I prefer it whenever the companions. I like it when they question the Doctor, but I hate when they are sassy towards him in a questioning way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can question him and question his morals, but don't do it in a way that makes you sound like you're trying to be better than him.
Of course.
Well, not just him, but anyone.
But the thing is, like, the thing that, you know, was interesting with Clara is they just kind of complemented each other. Like, they were kind of the same person at sometimes.
They had a lot of similarities, which was scary, but amazing. They were a perfect duo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not trying to give any spoilers on the end of that.
I'm not getting any spoilers on that either. But I know that like shows have captured my attention for the past year. Like Flash and Arrow have captured my attention for the past year, and especially Legends, because Legends has been on and off recently. Like, it's just been, oh, this is a good episode, this is the bad episode. And last night they had the best fucking episode I've ever seen in my entire life.
Binge it.
What?
I'm waiting until I can binge the entire first season.
Oh my god. I want to binge... You don't even know what happens in this season of Arrow.
I don't. Or Flash.
I'm completely caught up on everything, and I don't even want to spoil it for you. But Arrow,
Keep in mind you're spoiling it for everyone if you do spoil anything.
I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm just gonna give you a synopsis of what the season has done to me so far. Arrow has just like it's heightened my attention. Like it's brought me invested, yet I don't really want to be invested at the same time. Where it's like I don't want to deal with this whole relationship crap. Go back to fighting people, and then they go off and do something that's really, really vital to the entire story, and everyone flips their shit, and it just leaves you feeling, oh my god, like I just got stabbed in the fucking heart. Like holy crap, what is going on in this show? And Flash is just like everything is going by literally so fast, yet it's awesome because like you know what's happening, and they're doing this and then they're doing that, and then there's like different Earths, and then there's callbacks to comics and all that shit. Like it all works. It's great. And then Legends, it's Legends. That's all I can say about Legends. It's great. I love it. And people are like, CW shows are shit. And I'm like, no, they're not. No, they're not. Flash is like the number one most popular show on CW.
See, that's just it. When I actually talked to a guy who thought the opposite way as I did about Marvel and DC. He thought the exact opposite way. You see, the way I see it is Marvel can't make a good TV show, but can make an amazing movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the other way around for DC. Is I don't really like DC movies. I love their TV shows.
Of course.
And I met a guy.
Wait, you met a guy who says he loves DC movies. Mind you, DC movies like Batman vs. Superman and Green Lantern.
Yeah.
And he loves
Marvel TV shows.
like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
The Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't even know what else. I'm forgetting what they're...
Well, most of the
that's how little I like
most
them.
of the Marvel stuff is on Netflix anyway, so...
Yeah. He was the opposite way, and I'm just like, how can you be that way?
I don't see it. Like, if I will watch anything if it catches my attention and it's entertaining. Like, if it really brings me in, like, okay, I can relate to these people. The CW, like, you can go on any show and be like, I can relate to this character. I like this character. And you can watch that show. Like, this is great. But, like, sometimes Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and, like, all those stuff, like, I can't relate to any of these characters. I mean, it's interesting to watch. It's kind of like I'm watching a movie all in, like, different episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, David Tennant plays a good fucking villain. Holy shit. I've seen him...
He plays a good everything. Like, he's really good at everything he does.
Like, I watched, like, a little bit of Jessica Jones, and I watched him just act, and he is just fucking... over the top amazing. Like when he goes from playing like the Doctor, this, sassy, I'm doing my own thing kind of guy, he just makes that transition great. And like Rory from fucking Doctor Who and Legends.
Rory.
like for the time, like I was watching it last night, I'm like, this is the same guy who had like no emotion for an entire couple series or seasons. Who's just
I didn't really
what's
like
going
Roy
on?
until season 7.
Like, he was a side character that just didn't really have anything going on until he died. And then in this fucking show, like, you hardly even think that he's fucking this dude in this other show.
Yeah, like, he's a completely different person, but I feel like it's also partly Doctor Who's fault, because they didn't really give him much of a chance. He was just kind of there to be the dummy.
Because they were technically his companions.
Yeah.
So, like, you gotta give them a little bit of an interesting thing. But, like, when you look at Rory, like, this, he was really fucking, he was just really not wanting to be there looking kind of thing. He was just, like, blasé about the entire thing.
I didn't think he had great acting skills, and then I see him in Legends, and I'm just like, what?
He was teased. I saw him before, like in Doctor Who, before they even teased Legends of Tomorrow. I'm like, who's this guy? And I look it up. It's Arthur Darvill. I'm like, Arthur Darvill? Didn't he play? So you're telling me this guy? Like, you're telling me this guy is the same guy who played this guy? And then I watched the show. I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no fucking way, because he's really good at what he's doing.
Yeah, he's the main character, and he shines when he's the main character.
God, and, like, with Legends, like, they have 8 main characters, and they all shine differently. It's great.
You know who my current favorite actor is?
Who?
Peter Capaldi. It wasn't true until he got his own episode of Doctor Who, where he was the only real actor in the entire episode, pretty much.
Hmm.
At that point, it changed my entire view of his acting. He's just so good that it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
You have to see that episode though whenever you get the chance,
Whenever I get
because
the chance.
it's just unbelievable.
God. Man, entertainment is just amazing.
It is.
Like, we are in the
It needs to stay
limelight.
this way.
We are in the limelight of good TV. Like, when you watch Legends and you're watching all this shit go down, like, they have, like, a very limited budget, yet they're able to do something this good. Like, when you watch The Flash, like, most of the time they're using CGI models of the character. And, like, you can tell they're CGI models, but they're really fucking good CGI models.
Especially for that budget.
Like, even, like, most of the time it's just like, oh, he's running on a treadmill on a green screen with added effects, but they make it look good. And they don't Smallville it where it's like, oh, we're running and things are running past us, let's just make it look like we're running and just do it. Like, that's stupid.
You know what show needs a good budget to pull anything off?
Tell me.
Doctor Who.
Jesus.
It needs a good budget to pull off all the...
They've had a really strong budget. I mean, you can tell. You can see that shit go down from, like, the first season of...
Every season feels better, and then when you watch season 9, literally everything's like a freaking movie. Every episode is its own movie.
Like, I had no problem with Chris Eccleston, to be honest with you.
It wasn't Eccleston I didn't like. It was the budget, the writing.
No. The only problem I had with season 1 was that fucking dude. That fucking dude that basically morphed, alright? Or just kind of formed around anything. Like, he was like, what's his name? Like, I saw something where someone threw something at his head and it just kind of, like, went in there like putty. Like, who was...
Doctor Who?
Yeah, like the first season. Like, he was a...
Was it the guy who kept eating people?
I don't know. Was he black?
No.
Well, who was that guy?
Are you talking about Mickey?
Am I? I don't know. I don't know.
I'm trying to think about what you're talking about. Was it the first episode when Autons were taking over?
I think... I probably... It's been a long time since I watched it, to be honest with you, and I can't watch it anymore because they took it off Netflix.
You can... there's a website I know of that has every TV show.
I know that there's a website. There's always a website for something. I just don't want to go and search for it.
I'll send you a link.
You don't need to send me a link. I can find it myself.
No, I'm sending you a link.
God. Oh, man.
I mean, it has everything you could think of on there.
Watch series.it. Yeah, man, I know. I've been there. Multiple times. So has everyone else.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never used this website.
My God. Man, it's just...
Why do they have Flash on there? Well, I guess if you don't want to watch the commercials.
I think that's what most people... I've seen reaction channels do something along those lines. I feel like... Like, you know how reaction channels are supposed to be bad?
What do you mean supposed to be bad?
Like, people look at reaction channels like, oh my God, they're stealing content and they're just, reacting to it like it's their stuff. And I'm like... Most of them, yeah.
But I kind of enjoy some just because I like seeing how others reacted to what I reacted to.
I will not be ashamed by saying I like watching Blind Wave. Blind Wave is... They are actually... Well, I think part of the reason why I like Blind Wave is because they're in Ohio. Like, I look like, oh, hey, look, that guy works at, like, Lincoln Ford and something like that. Like, I know what he's talking about. And they all talk about this thing in Ohio. I'm like, yeah, these guys are interesting, but they're really fun to watch, and they love what they do.
Yeah, they do a lot of
like, I look
DC.
for... Like, I look... Like, they do a lot of comic book stuff and Star Wars and Game of Thrones.
Do they do Doctor Who?
No, they don't do Doctor Who. They do anything comic book related.
Well, Doctor Who has comic books, but it wasn't
just something more nerdy rather than more cultish, because Doctor Who is just kind of that kind of it has a following, but it has a following that isn't really I don't know how to put it, but like they do a lot of Flash, they do a lot of Arrow, and they do a lot of Legends and all that stuff, and like I watch them and I'm thinking, this is kind of what you want a reaction channel to be like, where like they have a 30-minute video, but like a great small portion of the video like is just like them reacting to the thing itself. Like hardly any of the video is being shown, and then they discuss it, and they discuss it very well because they know what they're talking about.
See, yeah, I like a reaction like a reaction type where they don't just sit there and watch it. And you like maybe show a couple of the scenes of their facial reactions, but mostly giving their feedback on it too.
Yeah.
And talking about what they saw.
And this also goes back to the fans. They're also so small that they interact with them, like with the fans. Like they even do Q&As where they have like people in the comments, like they give their 2 cents on it, and then they talk about that. Like you gotta bring in the fans.
What Ohio are they from?
It's south, so Marietta, I think. I think it's Marietta. I think it's
there. I think close.
it's on their Twitter. I think we're following them. Yeah, we're following them. Marietta,
Ohio.
Yeah, so they're not that far away from us. If if we ever get to that point where we can collab, it's just like, yeah, let's go down there and collab. That'd be great. Because they are really good. Like their special effects, I saw them do like this lightsaber stuff, and they're working on a short film. It looks really good. I like it.
That's almost West Virginia.
That's almost West Virginia. I think I went past there on my way to West Virginia. But I didn't turn that way because I wasn't going to Marietta, Ohio. I was going to fucking Wheeling.
Yeah. Dang, all I have to do is travel on 77 and then go across the river.
Over the river and flew the woods to blind waves.
We can find him, man. We can find him.
We can be like, hey, subscribe to us. You guys have like 50K subscribers? Come on, man. Come to us. No. But then again, like they're really good. I like what they do, and people shit on reaction channels a lot. I can understand that, but I wouldn't shit on Blind Wave because Blind Wave is really good. They have something going for them. They have a lot of potential. I definitely see them going, except for the Creature Hub. If Blind Wave stays with their content, like that's good. If they go the route of the creatures, no, it's not gonna work out. Ah, man. When are we ever gonna do that? When are we ever gonna do that? What is it called? Transfer to SloMoeshon only.
As soon as possible. We have to figure out how we're gonna do it.
Good. I think we can. I don't know. We'll figure that out at different times. But other than that, we'll just leave it off there. But I want to finish off with one more thing. Just one last time. I want to get a full update out there about what's going on with this thing. Even if, someone isn't going to fucking listen to it, I'm still going to put it out there anyway, just for the sake of the future. It is fucking being made, alright? And it wasn't being made because I was lazy. It just wasn't being made because... Tell them why, Justin.
Oh, there's lots of reasons.
No, tell them the main reason, though.
You mean the fact that I've been working 7 days a week?
Be more specific about Verizon.
I don't know. I don't want them to come after me.
Verizon's not going to come after you. It's just as long as you don't give out credentials. But Verizon was eating up your time.
Oh my god, Verizon was eating so much. I'm just happy to say that I'm not working there as of today.
I'm happy to hear that.
I'm so glad. Today was my last day at working at Verizon, and it's just a giant relief.
Concentrate, focus. Hit your goals, make that money.
Hit your goals, make that money. Concentrate, focus.
Oh man, no one's ever gonna know what that means. No one's ever gonna know what that means. We will never tell anyone what that means.
No, we will not, but we will keep saying it, and everyone will question it.
That's gonna be our fucking slogan. Concentrate, focus. Like, it's not concentrate. It's not concentrate, comma, focus. It's concentrate. Like, you have to concentrate, focus, and then hit your goals and make that money.
Text on the screen, correct?
Huh?
The text of us saying concentrate, focus is on the screen currently, right?
I think.
Okay, good. Well, then concentrate, focus.
Concentrate, focus. Concentrate, focus. SloMoeshon. Copyright 2016. But no, I'm getting off track again. Fuck's sake. It'll be done. I put out the fucking prologue. I'm calling it the prologue, even though it was just something that I wanted to do for I'm not gonna put that on Gorilla Gong, by the way.
Jolt?
No, 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 no. I'm not gonna put the prologue on there.
Oh, my heart stopped.
Why?
It's just, I was like, why wouldn't you put Jolt on there?
No, no, I'm not a fucking idiot. Seriously? Like, did you see how well paused they want to put that on there? That's the most views we've gotten in fucking years. But, anyway. No, yeah, it's... Well, except for Paladin Dance. But it's... Yeah, I'm gonna put it on there. Don't shit yourself. I'm just not gonna put the prologue on there. I'm gonna put the annotation on the first episode. Like, if you don't know what this is, click here to watch a quick summary. So people who are like, okay, I want to get into what this is, because it's gonna be a continuation. Like, people don't have to know the characters to really get into this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just gonna be like I don't know, some movie where some kid comes back from high school days. It's like, oh my god, man, like you can watch fucking American Reunion and still be like, I don't know these guys, but they have fun. It's just something like that. But it's gonna be made. It's gonna be working in the summer. I'm probably gonna keep the dates the same, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna go and work through like, oh, it's been 6 years since this thing has been done. Also, I made an uh-oh in the fucking prologue. I said in the year 2011 when it was actually 2012. Or 2010! When it was 2010! God fucking...
It was 2010.
It was 2010, not 2011. NatRaps was 2011. NatRaps was 2011. That's why I got confused. But who really has to fucking know anyway?
Yeah.
Shit, now everyone else knows I just said it. But yeah, just be on the lookout for that, because we are going to work on that.
We are working on it.
We are going to start working on it. The voices are going to be done next week.
It should be.
And then we're going to start working on body acting.
Yes.
Reach. How's that going to be done again? Do I really want to give you... I don't... Like, I know that you still have... Like, I forget if, I have to give you... Because, like, since you've already owned the map packs... but then again, I don't even know if, like... Is Breakpoint a map? Or is that, like, already on the disc?
I really don't know. But it should just come back over.
Because there's, like, only one map that I'm, like, concerned about you not being able to get on. And that's basically...
No matter what, we can find a workaround.
Yeah, we can always find a workaround. But, like, you just need to get on Forge World, and that's it.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you have Master Chief Collection, so that should be fine. Everything should be fine. Everything should be good, and we should be able to get this shit done in the summer. No exceptions. We're going to concentrate, focus. We're going to hit those goals.
Make that money.
No. We're going to hit those goals, and we're going to maximize build charges.
Maximize build charges. If only they knew what we were talking about.
Oh, I feel like they can make an assumption, but still. Okay. I think that's good enough. I think this has been longest than our last what's it called, Tubecast. It was like 30 minutes. This one's probably like an hour.
Jesus. Didn't we talk about keeping this down a little bit?
Yeah, but we got really far into it. So
we did.
Yeah,
I kind of forgot.
It was interesting. We actually did have a conversation. It wasn't just like, this thing happened. I literally got heated about that fucking creature talk, man. God. At least my thumbnail is more like I don't have to change the thumbnail that I made.
Yeah.
Like that's the main attraction here. That's all we're talking about is the fucking creatures and cow chop. But I do want to finish off and give those notes before I end it. I do not hate anybody at the creatures. I just hate their business practices. I love Nova, love Dan, love everybody there. Practices are just terrible. 2016 is the worst year for any actor who is really good because they just get taken away from us. The Flash and Arrow.
You want to quit acting.
Yep, all entertainment on TV is really good, and Just One Last Time is still being made. So that's all I'm going to finish off with. Hey, you remember when I had like an outro?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't. I don't think
we need one.
I don't think I need one. Like I don't.
I think
I think like our last outros were usually just like Remember and Broken. I feel like you were kind of leaning on Tobuscus. You leaned on a lot of YouTubers for stuff a lot. I noticed it a lot. Like it's like sometimes you're like hello YouTube, and then like at the end of it it's like you're signing off. Goodbye. I'm like, that sounds like Tobuscus. That sounds like Ray William Johnson. Oh boy, but
what about the hello YouTube?
Hello YouTube. I don't know if we we don't do that anymore.
I feel like I just kind of said it.
I think that just happens. Like I think that just kind of
It's kind of just like a hello.
I don't even have like an intro or outro. I'm just like, hey, it's me, and then I just end it. It's just I don't have.
I don't do.
Because like I'll say bye to the people if they say bye to me, and no one's really saying bye to me because I already said I don't know who I'm saying bye to live. Like if I were streaming, I'd be like bye. But no. By the way, we need to start streaming sometime.
That's what I've been saying.
I mean, like, you can, like, fucking start streaming whatever. I'll just be working on stuff on the side end. You can stream a game.
I'll start streaming very shortly from the office once we're done moving stuff around.
Right. Need to make sure that, toilet is fixed, too. I don't like I don't like going in there and seeing that it's just, the thing is, like, unhinged. It's awful. Also, there's a weird stain above my desk. If you turn it on,
the water just keeps running.
Yeah. There's also a weird stain above it, too. Like, up in the... I feel like the water just, like, shot out of the toilet and hit the ceiling.
Pretty sure it's gone.
Yeah. Probably gonna have to talk.
Explode. We might want to use dynamite for that room.
Yeah. We've been going on too long.
Yes, we have.
Alright, we need to... how are we ending this?
Bye.
Alright. This is Matt. Signing off. I couldn't even do it.
Dear God.
I couldn't even do that. I'm sorry.